Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and doing another Amonkhet Intermediate Swiss Draft League. If you like the content, please like the videos and subscribe. Thank you. Okay, so we got Hazaret's Favor. It's not going to be our pick. We have this Defiant Great Maw, which is a good card, but specifically for the -1/-1 counter related archetype. We have Compulsory Rest, kind of new pacifism, though most of the time slightly worse, I would say. Final Reward, which is pretty hard removal and deals with Embalm. I think it's probably Final Reward. I like the Defiant Great Maw, and I do want to try this deck out pretty soon. I mean, I'm going to. We have a good Cycler here in Wasteland, Scorpion, but I think we just go with the removal. Instant Speed, Exile, relevant for this format, absolutely, because of Embalm. So we'll take it. Ooh. You know, I really want to try out this Faith of the Devoted. I think this card is going to be a lot of fun if you can make the cycle thing come together. We have 2 cards for cycling, but I'd rather play Faith of the Devoted. We have Soul Stinger. Put it whenever it dies. Okay. That's pretty good, actually. That's pretty awesome. But, okay, so there's also Faith Bearer. Seraph of the Sun seems like a fun card to play. I kind of just want to make the cycling deck. This is one of the bigger payoffs you can get, I think. Because remember, you also get to discard and get that value too. It's not just cycle. So there's plenty of other cards that hook you up pretty nicely for playing this. It does just drain though, but I think it's... I don't know if it's better or not than Ruthless Sniper. But I want to try it out. I really do want to try out Faith of the Devoted. If you can get it in multiples too, I can't only imagine with enough Cycler, so let's take it. So here's like an example right here. The Scavenger can exert, and then you rummage, right? So you discard, and that triggers this. It's pretty cool. What's the Javelineer do? This also triggers it. It's pretty cool. Electrify is probably just the pick, though. There's also Scarab Feast, Painful Lesson. Maybe we wield a Javelineer if no one's black-red. I don't know. Might be wishful thinking, but I think we just take Electrify. It's pretty premium removal. And if we can't make the Faith of the Devoted work, so be it. For now, we're just taking the best cards. I didn't have to take Faith of the Devoted. It just feels like a really fun build-around. Painful Lesson can also kill your opponent. Good to note there. But Electrify is pretty premium removal, so we'll take it. Fetid Pools. Is that worth anything? You know how much I love value, if you know me. It's worth a couple tickets. What do we want instead, though? I mean, there's a Blighted Bat. There's maybe we just want it anyway. Cycle, so it works with Faith of the Devoted. It's on. It'll maybe lets us splash blue. Otherwise, we take like a Minotaur, which is pretty good. It beats down hard. I think I'm going to go for Cycle Land, though. And it's honestly not about the tickets. I like having the cycling land. I think it's just good. And maybe we, and like I said, maybe we find a blue spell. Maybe there's something in blue I want to splash for. I'm giving up a 4-drop that I think actually kills people pretty quickly. There's also Essence Scatter in here, which is good to know, but let's take the Fetid Pool. I mean, if we can get multiple Faces Devoted and make that work, that would be really fun for me. I'd want to try that out. Okay, so we have this True Heart Twins. Good with any of the Exert cards, I think. I like it. Because remember, it also, yeah, like it triggers itself, which is pretty good. There's a Cartouche here. We have the Curse Minotaur, which I think is pretty good. The Dune Beetle, which is good defensively, because we look like a little bit more of a slow and steady wins the race kind of deck, right? Because of the Faith of the Devoted, but like I said, we may not be able to make this Faith of the Devoted work. It's still early, so I'm hoping we can, though. But for me, it's Curse Minotaur versus True Heart Twins. I think because we can find some more Exert Twins, I mean, the fact that it can just do it itself is pretty cool. I'm going to take it. It's also an uncommon. I think it's pretty good. Okay. So we have Evolving Wilds, Curse Minotaur, Cartouche with the white trial. Shadow of the Grave is a bit too deep. We can take the Pursue Glory, just more Faith of the Devoted action, but might just want this Curse Minotaur because Menace is good. 3 mana, 3 power Menace is good. We only have 1 creature currently anyway, so we probably are going to find better things than Pursue Glory. So let's take the Curse Minotaur. Could take the Evolving Wilds. Maybe we want the Evolving Wilds because we can splash some things. I actually don't know. I'm going to take the Evolving Wilds though. Because I feel like we can set up a little bit better. Like Desert Ceradon now. I do actually like this card. Festering Mummy, more of the -1/-1 counter deck. Wandering Death is really good too, though. This cycles for 1, which is pretty awesome with the Faith of the Devoted, and it's a finisher. But Wandering Death is really good in this format. Because you've got all those cycle creatures. And then it can cycle itself, too. That's good value. I like both of these cards quite a bit. I think I'm going to go the Wandering Death, though. I feel like it's better in this format. That doesn't seem that bad, actually, does it? This can potentially... This permanently weakens some... It costs a land, though. Otherwise, I'm taking Cartouche. This isn't really a Cartouche deck, but I guess if we end up with Trials, the Cartouche could be good. I guess it's... My only issue with the Grasping Dunes is... I mean, it's a land. We're not coloring to... All right, we'll try it out. I'm going to try out the Grasping Dunes. Because we might actually play it. I don't know yet. So there's Tormenting Voice, which I think is actually a pretty good card in general. I like it. Remember, it also triggers Faith of the Devoted. Very, very important. So we'll take it. Another Wandering Death, a Blazing Volley, and a Pathmaker Initiate. Initiate's a little bit unexciting, so I'm going to take the Cycler again. It is a 2-drop, the Initiate is, but I'm going to take Wandering Death. Scavenger Wheeling is great. I'm going to take that over the Painful Lesson. Once again, I like that it has synergy with our True Heart Twins, and I like that it has synergy with our Faith of the Devoted. Alright, Inciter. I think the chances of this happening are pretty unlikely, but I'll take it. Alright. This is probably playable, although not very good. I probably still like the Grasping Dunes more. Alright. River Shrine, sure. Okay. Champion of Erimnus. Yeah, that card's kind of cool, but what are we looking at here? What are we looking for? Something else, definitely. This Sheffet Monitor is a great card. Ramp plus cycle, and it's a fatty. A lot of versatility there. Technically, we could splash for it. Another Tormenting Voice. Horror of the Broken Lands is probably what we're looking for. It's got cycling itself. It's a good card in general. I mean, the bat has flying or whatever, but synergistically, I like the horror quite a bit. Cycle, and it's got a relevant cycle ability to work with other cyclers or discarders. It's a pretty good 5-drop, I think. And you can afford to put it in the 1-drop slot, and it's a good creature. I think we're going to take the horror here. Maybe wheel another Tormenting Voice. I don't know how many I'd play, though. So we can take the Bantu's Monument. This lets us drain. It's pretty cool, especially in conjunction with Faith of the Devoted. But, yeah, I guess, I mean, we can take it. We don't have a lot of creatures right now, but we still early. Another Sheffet Monitor. I mean, this card is good. Seeker of Insight is... The loot effect is actually quite good with Faith of the Devoted as well. But let's just take the Monument, I think. Because we can find some more black creatures and make them cheaper. I like the Painful Lesson. But let's take Monument. Oh, wow. Rags to riches, huh? This card's kind of cool. A little board wipe effect. Angler Drake is a big dude. So yeah, options are Rags, which I think we might actually just want, even though we can't play Riches. -2/-2 for 4 mana is not very good, though. But the thing is, I feel like it's a good card for our deck. We're a little bit slower. Otherwise, we could take, yeah, like I said, Painful Lesson or, well, Scarab Feast probably wheels. It's just a cycler. I think we're going to take the Rags. We'll take a little -2/-2 board wipe effect. Although, I don't know how, I feel like it's maybe not good enough. This might be more of a 3 toughness format. But against certain decks, it's certainly going to be good. So I think we'll take it because we're not giving up much for it. Enigma Drake. I remember you. Okay. So another Evolving Wilds. Another Seeker of Insight. We've got the Violent Impact. We have a Cartouche of Ambition. Deck definitely needs some more creatures, though. But there's none really in here we can play. So I could just take the Cartouche. Violent Impact is just whatever anyway. Alright, we'll take the Cartouche. Lifelink, buff. Neg1 counter might be good enough. Take it over a second Evolving Wild. Alright, we definitely need some more creatures, I admit. Throne of the God Pharaoh. Yeah, that's a cool card. But we're looking at probably Curse Minotaur here. Just get a solid creature for 3 mana. And we need some more creatures anyway, so sure. Menace is good. Definitely. And this is an efficient creature with it. Gideon's Intervention. Oh. So we have Mummy. Or Pursue Glory. I guess we'll take the Mummy. Not exactly what I'm looking for, but can block and kill something with 2 toughness, so that's fine. It's another creature. Might find some couple synergies with it. So we can take another Mummy. We can take the Violent Impact. Guess we'll take another Mummy. All the mummies. There's a Cartouche. We already have the black one. No trials. Guess we'll go deep on mummies for now. Not super excited about them, but we do need some creatures. Alright, we'll take the bat now. Get some evasion going. Could take the hyena pack, I guess. But evasion probably makes more sense. What's our removal currently? I guess we don't have a ton, do we? Electrify and Final Reward. Alright. I mean, Supernatural Stamina is a fine combat trick. But we'll take the bat here over the pack. Get a flyer. Okay, I guess I can take the Kenra. Better than cycling that. Or splashing Seeker. So our deck still obviously needs some help here. Yeah. Okay. Painful Lesson I think we can take. Like I said, you can kill your opponent or do it yourself. We don't really need Brute Strength, and Scarab Feast is more of a... I mean, it's a fine main deck card in this format, but we'd rather draw some cards, I think. So we don't need to main deck the Rags to Riches. Guess I take Violent Impact. I just don't think that we're going to splash for Seeker. I guess I can. I mean, I have plenty of non-creature spells. It just seems so unlikely that I would want Violent Impact. Alright. I mean, it seems unlikely that I would splash for Seeker, too. But it is possible. We have a lot of non-creature spells, so... I think the idea of playing it just for value with like Horror or Faith is something I could do. Maybe find another Faith out of pack 3 and get to go a little bit deeper down that path. I mean, it feels like we're not getting any red now, I guess. So that was out of pack 2. I think pack 3 is where we should get hooked up with red again, right? Because we got the Electrify, we got the late Scavenger, Temmet. Yeah, Temmet's pretty cool, but what do we want? Probably Electrify. Electrify seems good. More removal. Take it over Unburden and a bat. Maybe wheel the bat or the Dune Beetle. But we'll take Electrify. Definitely don't love playing these little 1/1 mummies in this deck, but not sure if we have a choice yet. Well, here we get a big reward in Cut to Ribbons. Otherwise, Decimator Beetle would be really good. This card is really good. But so is Cut to Ribbons. This can just kill an opponent, and it just kills creatures all day. It's very good. Take it over Desert Ceradon, which I'd also like, but I'm not going to pass this. It's obviously very strong. So I think we might be off the main deck Rags to Riches. Bantu's Monument's not looking great currently. I might actually splash the Seeker just to... because we have a lot of non-creature spells in here. I really want to upgrade these mummies badly. We need a couple more finishers in here as well. Soul Stinger's pretty good, I think. More exciting than Scattered Groves, especially for us. Yeah, it seems like Soul Stinger's the only thing where... this makes the mummies better too, right? Because then you can put the counters on it. You get a 4-mana 4/5 instead of a 4-mana 2/3. But 4-mana 2/3 that when it dies can neg 2 something doesn't seem terrible to me, honestly. So we'll take it. Well, we got a Magma Spray in here, which I think we want. There's a Bat and a Cursed Minotaur, which we both play. We don't have any Embalm, so I don't think we need that. Spray takes care of Embalm, too. Harvest Season. I see. Still, I doubt it's worth anything, even though it is foily. Yeah. And then Pyramid of the Pantheon, which we also don't need. Scaled Behemoth is a bomb. I take it back. I wasn't sure if it was like straight bomb before, but I played it in 2HG, and it is a bomb. Very, very difficult to deal with. So we'll take Magma Spray here. So we have the Flameblight Adept. I might just want this Desert Ceradon, though, because we actually need some fatties more than little dudes, and Ceradon definitely is good for that. So, yeah, we'll take it. I need to figure out a cut for it, but that's just fine. It's a big finisher. I really like the Ceradon a lot, actually. Cycle for 1 or 6-mana 6/4. Both of those are good. So we could take another Seeker. I do wish we had slightly more synergy with it, besides only the one Faith of the Devoted. But otherwise, I'm taking like Pursue Glory, which just cycles. Could take the Painted Bluffs to play the first Seeker a little bit easier. But I actually don't mind just playing Seeker. I know it seems foolish, but we do have Fetid Pools and Evolving Wilds. It doesn't seem terribly difficult to play. And it can just win a game with Faith of the Devoted, potentially. I don't know if we're straight on the Monument plan anymore. I just might not need the Monument. Alright. Oh, we got another one. Alright, that's pretty awesome. Alright. We're on this Faith of the Devoted plan now, and I'm pretty happy about that. We can make this work. I think Monument's gone. I don't need this. We're creature light anyway. Another Magma Spray? Are you kidding me? That's so nice. Taking it over Desert Ceradon. So we'll take another Bat. Don't really need Trespassers, Curse, or Fling. This deck actually, believe it or not, this deck actually came together in the end. We got there. We got there with all the pieces I think we need. I'm off Cartouche, I think. Don't need that. Lifelink is nice, but we're focused now. We've got a plan. And it's a plan I definitely can get behind. I like it. All the Seekers. Honestly, Seeker with Faith can just take over the game. I'd probably just play them over Mummies. All right. It's a little greedy, I know. I know. Believe me, I know. All right, we'll take the Tormenting Voice here. Pathmaker Initiate. No, we'll take the Tormenting Voice. Remember, it works with Faith. I don't think we need this, but I don't need any of these, right? Take this. I guess it technically fixes, although it's just so clunky. Alright, Violent Impact. So I think we're going to try and dump as many mummies as we can, even though it lowers our creature count. I'm actually okay with that. I'm willing to play 13 creatures in here. So we're off the Cradle of the Accursed Grasping Dunes. And we are going to try and splash for these Seekers. I know you think I'm crazy for doing it, but they really are. I think they really are just that good with Faith of the Devoted. Just burn something, loot, pay one, drain. Got quite a few cyclers too. So let's figure out what we got to cut here, because we're 17 land deck. So I want to cut 2 mummies because they're whatever anyway. I can bring them in if we play against some hyper aggro curve out deck. I may be off the Painful Lesson. We've already got 2 Tormenting Voices, so that kind of makes sense to me actually. And then we just have to make 2 more cuts unless I want to play. I can't do 16 because we're splashing Seeker of Insight. So I need to figure out more cuts. What are my cyclers too? I need to figure that out. So we've got 1. Well, we can count everything that works with Faith of the Devoted. Why don't we do that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 things that work with Faith of the Devoted. So I guess I want to cut things that don't work with Faith of the Devoted, but I don't know exactly what that is, because we kind of want everything else. I could just cut all the mummies. Maybe I'm supposed to cut one of the bats, because we're not going to really win from 3 mana 2/1 flyers anyway. It's not like they have Death Touch or something. Haste is kind of irrelevant for us for more of a win later kind of deck. It takes us to 12 creatures, which is pretty bad, but we do have 2 Tormenting Voices to find what we need. This is pretty difficult. Might just have to cut one of the Wandering Deaths. I don't love it, but this still leaves us with 9 cards that work with Faith of the Devoted. So it's either a bat or a mummy, I think, that I cut. And granted, it takes us down to 12 creatures, but with 2 Tormenting Voices, and we've got, remember, we're trying to go off with like Faith of the Devoted too, if we can. And we still have like Ceradon, so we still have like some big finishers. Like Horror of the Broken Lands can just get huge in this deck too, with Seekers and stuff. So they're just down on this curve right now in case we need them low on the curve. Some pretty good removal. Yeah, our removal is pretty top notch actually. This deck looks fun, because I did want to try out Faith of the Devoted. Splashing Seeker is is something, but we're gonna do it. There's one nice thing about this deck. We are not color intensive. Thankfully, we ended up with 0 2 colored costed cards, which is gonna help this plan. I probably just cut the Mummy though, right? Mummy can't be that great. It's a 1-mana 1/1 that maybe kills a 2/2 on the ground. Bat's not that great either, but at least it flies, I guess. All right, we'll cut the Mummy. I know it takes us to 12 creatures, which is not great, but with all these spells, I'd rather just have a 1/3, I think. Or while all these non-creature spells, I think. So, a little bit low on the creature count, admittedly, but we've got some card draw. All right, so how many blue sources do we need for 3 Seekers? I guess like 5, right? So I think we're going to do Evolving Wilds, Fetid Pools. Oh yeah, this brings us back up to 10, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Okay, I forgot to count this. That's good news, actually. So we're back up to 10 ways to interact with Faith of the Devoted, which is actually really good. So let's get 3 islands in there, which they say as well. So that brings us up to 8 black sources, 7 red sources, 5. No, I think we go like this, right? Because this is 7. I think 7 black, 8 red is better because we have more red spells, especially with cut too. So yeah, 5 blue, 5 blue, 7 black, 8 red. All right, this is a fun looking deck. I know it's not it's not exactly what anybody was expecting, myself included, but this deck could be potentially really fun if we can go off with these Faith of the Devoted, which I think we can. And our removal is reasonable, right? Because we have final reward for everything. We got these Electrifies, we've got Magma Sprays, we've got some card advantage and Tormenting Voice. It's not exactly card advantage, is it? Because you still have to lose 2 to get 2 cards, but I like how it interacts with our deck, I think. So, okay. I'm just moving all the cyclers down in case I want to cycle them. But yeah, that's how we're running the deck. So Grixis nastiness with Seeker and Faith of the Devoted. So we'll see if we can make it come together. We'll see you around one.